Hey folks, welcome back to Tech Dragon Hub. Today we are looking at MX Linux 23.6. This distribution have been on the top 10 list on DistroWatch for quite some time, and let's take a look if it's really deserves to be there. One of the many facts they're proud of is a really wide hardware support. So if you have some auto laptop or desktop lying around, this distribution will bring and give it a fresh life. And today we are looking at KDE Plasma Edition, of course. This distribution have a couple of drawbacks because they're trying to cater for everyone out there. And in the process of doing so, you do have all the tools to make all the tweaks necessary to run it the way you want, but at the same time, it's still required some knowledge of doing the tweaks, even if they've made it super easy with all the tools they built for this distribution. And they're setting a really good example on how distribution should be made of terms of what value does it add. Most of the distribution nowadays are based on some other distribution, like MX Linux is based on Debian, but most of the distributions will tweak a couple of settings and they don't add really great value with something they're delivering. MX Linux delivers a lot of tools. You can tweak your system the way you want, right? So make it your own. And let's look about MX Linux 23.6. So they're still shipping with KDE Plasma 5.27. It's not KDE Plasma, and by default they're using Xorg 11. You can of course change this, but it's something that comes out of the box. One of the other major drawbacks that could potentially hidden the experience you're getting, especially on newer hardware, is this distribution by default comes with the Init instead of systemd, but you can tweak that easily as well. And they have built a tools for all those tweaks, so it should be really straightforward to do this, but still at the same time it requires the user to have experience to know what they need and what they want. So like I mentioned, they try to cater to everyone and they end up mismatch of everything for everyone, which depending of the user, it can be a good or can be a bad thing. So let's take a look at those tools and those great values. They're still should get a lot of attention, showing how a distribution should be done with adding all these value in these packages. So they're running the older version of KDE, and they come with all bells and whistles. They have Kate over here, they have GIMP, Firefox, LibreOffice will be there, but I think the main focus should be in the MX tools, right? So this whole menu over here is stuff they built. So they have kernel updater, they have snapshot, disk manager, job schedulers, boot repairs, Samba configurations. This is quite nice, and this is why I'm guessing they keep staying at that top 10 list over the years. As you can see, you have NVIDIA driver installer, right? So I'm running this into VirtualBox, but if you do run this on NVIDIA, it will be as easy as picking the driver and hitting enter, right? One other thing I mentioned at the beginning is the Init system and systemd. In the boot option, there will be an option. So, okay, this is a live system. So boot to, this will be the place where you can choose if you want to use Init or systemd. It's that easy. You just choose the option, click apply, reboot, and you are in the different system. But again, you need to know that you have these options, and you need to know, okay, something is not working or this application is crashing often. Might be because it's using systemd, Init instead of systemd. So there is really good tools over here that make it really easy. And of course, you can do all those tweaks without using the GUI, but it makes it really convenient, especially for new users that are switching from Windows. With a bit of digging, they have a user manual, they have wonderful community around them, and with a bit of research, they can do all these tweaks with a couple of clicks. One other as well thing is they have their own packet manager. So my usual test is to search for Opera. The browser is there, excellent. So they have quite a big repo with all the proprietary packages included, so you don't need to do any extra tweaks to get those. And they have Flatpak by default enabled as well. You can see Opera from the FlatHub. So that's really awesome. We mention this on every video. For Flatpaks and Snap, like, love it or hate it, it's becoming a thing, and I think it's a great thing enabling developers to focus of building a package just for two things or one of the other, and we are seeing more and more applications doing that. OBS Studio is one great example of that. So they don't have to worry about thousands of distribution, and if their application is going to work, and hopefully this will drive more and more application from Windows being ported to Linux over the time, which is one of the main reasons why many desktop users are still sticking to Windows, because they are lacking their application that is critical for their work or their day-to-day activities. And with this picking up the pace in the Linux environment, I think that things will start shifting on the positive note. Again, KDE Plasma beautiful is still the older version there, in this stability, and proud of having that huge hardware support. Hopefully, they'll move to Plasma 6 on the next edition, finger crossed. I can see why it's on the top on DistroWatch. I highly encourage you to check it out, take a look, leave a comment down below if you like it and what you like about it or what you hate about it. Take care, stay safe, and I'll see you next time.